And hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hannah Hobby Workshop. You're joined by myself, Mango Smasher. And today we're doing something a bit different. We have a few boxes to do, box openings. Obviously one of the boxes, it didn't come with a box. I will explain everything at the end of the video, why that is. So what we opening today, so we have the Forge Father sets. So this one in particular is the Reserve Force. And this comes with a tank, a sort of like contemptor sort of thing. So that's not too bad. You obviously also get, these are the Broker Engineers. You also get some like heavier troops, and then you also get a weapon platform that has a dwarf on that. So as always, we are going to grab our knife. Obviously be careful when you're at the stage. We're just going to slice in like so. Let's start getting this out. So obviously I haven't unboxed this. Spoiler, I already have bought this box and one of the other boxes we're showing. They're pretty generic the whole way through. So we're going to pop that stuff there like so. So, shrink wrap straight away. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, as always, with mantic stuff, we're going with these sleeves. And what you want to do is you want to look out on the tops and the bottoms of these boxes. I will actually show you the reason why. There we go. So, what I'm going to do is just cut these top parts off quickly for people. And we can explain why we do this. Well, at least one of them. So, with each of your boxes, you get a thing called mantic points. These can be sent in to get exclusive miniatures. And you can't actually buy. You have to use each point system. So, we have 4 of these in this box. So, as always, in diplomatic fashion, big box of miniatures. So, obviously, let's start going through it all. So we have our engineer / brokers team. So that is these guys just here. So what we're going to do is we are just going to good old fashioned tip it out. Why not? So obviously we get our, as always, these are all bagged because that is how Mantic do their products. So, but these ones I thought were really cool the way they've actually designed these sprues. So, as you can see, they actually stick together, like so. The little holes. So, these are the... I'll see if we have a name here for these guys. No, we don't. But these are essentially like their Terminator things. So, they come with a hammer and some big guns. Obviously, I will put the name of the units in the description, because I will go back and do that, because I obviously do not have them in front of me. So this obviously comes in the bag, so that's a very good one. So that comes with 6 dudes there. So we have 6 guys right there. But this is the other part. So this is what I really wanted to show you guys. So they can make basic ones that are on the ground, or you can make ones with jetpacks. So obviously these are pewter as well, so these are white metal. There's enough here to make 6 of them. In addition, you have the weapons, the backpacks, and then if I can get this off, you have the top section as well. So you have 6 sets of these 3 parts, all in this little bag. So this one's going to be a big one today. We've got quite a few bits here to go through. So we have that. Right, next thing we have on the menu. We have, it's like a little contemptor. Essentially, the best way to look at these ones. So this comes with a auto gun. Obviously, it comes in quite a few different parts, but we will show examples of this stuff. So that would essentially go like that. So they're actually quite a decent size, but we'll be doing size comparisons and stuff. Obviously, with these, you can't really do with contemptors because these are quite small. And then what do we have here? We have the weapon platform. So let's cut into this bag. There we go. So obviously the weapon platform comes in quite a few different parts. As you can see, there is some warpage. So we will have to actually sort that out at some point. But what we'll do is we are going to get a closer look at this model. So we will bring the camera down a bit. There we go. And we'll do close looks to the other parts as well. So yeah, so you can see, very simple to go together. You do not have to glue some of this stuff to go together. And there is obviously our little dwarf that sits on it. So that's the weapon platform done. So we'll put that to one side. And then we have obviously our engineers. Pretty straightforward. Some of them seem to be on bases pre-done, so it's very simple to get them together. It's very self-explanatory. You've got the holes, but what we'll do for purpose, I will just grab one of these out. Let's grab this dude out. So, as you can see, we've got like the pins and stuff where we can sort everything out. And yeah, go from there. So you've got all the arms, the weapons. So this will make, if I'm looking at the box, right? This should make, let's have a look. This will make 10. So this will make 10 dudes. We will put the box just by the side so we can see what we're going through. So these will be 10 dudes here. So there is that one. Right, next thing, we have this little thing. I really like this because it's a nice little dinky thing. So this actually goes as an add-on with that unit. And all this is a cute little weapons platform. We will actually just grab. So this also comes with an engineer inside of it. So there is our last Borok. And all you do with this piece, not like that. There we go. So it is just a little dinky thing. You will need super glue to actually put these together and the Borok miniatures. And then we have the engineer dude just inside, just there. Now, also, we showed the weapon platform off. This is an upgrade kit. It comes in the box as well. So, this part would essentially, if memory serves me correctly, yeah. So, this part would go into here. So, as you can see, right here, we've got a little knob. And basically what that will do is I will sit into this part just here. So, it will go this sort of way. And then it will obviously clip on. Obviously, I've got one of these already. I don't know. I didn't do the box opening for that one. But I can show everyone what we mean by that. And then this bag. Oh, there is another model here. So here is the engineer. I believe this is the engineer. Yeah, it makes sense. So there is the engineer. So this big bag right here. As you can see, there's a lot of plastic. So this makes 4 different tanks. So we have essentially like a troop carrier sort of thing. We have a few other weapon attachments to go with this. From various different things, from essentially like an autocannon, a melter, that sort of thing. If you look in that aspect, I don't know the full names of the weapons because obviously I'm very new to this side of mantic games with these miniatures. But yeah, so this is just a big bag of well, not even spruce, chunks. Obviously, we have our small bag here for all the extras. That happens. So there is that. So what we're going to do is we're going to obviously get all your bases. So these are on circular ones, and there is no space to put a magnet in one here. Obviously, a couple of models come with those bases. So we're going to pop these back, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the examples. Obviously, there are some models as well in the other boxes we have. That is, yeah. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we are going to look at the weapons platform. So this is it, not fully constructed, because obviously where dude comes off. But this is the really good bit about it. So you can see this part's actually quite loose, because that theoretically just slides in like so. The reason for that is I'm not going to magnetize this or anything. I'm going to leave it as it is, because I can do stuff like this. Take that out. The resin one, we can then pop straight in like so. And then this one will go straight back into here, like so. So that will go up. And then this one will go like so. So there we have it. We have a weapon platform with our dude just casually chilling out in the background. So that is the weapon platform from the kit. So that's not it, because we did obviously do some more miniatures from that set. So as you can see, we have one that I completed earlier. Ta-da! So this is that little turret thing that I was talking about. This is a really cool model. It's very different and unique, and I really like it. So what we're now going to do is we are going to do some of the infantry. So here is the the models. This one has the lead upgrade kit on it with the jetpack, the top panel, and a different variation of the gun. And then this one is just your basic one with hammer. Obviously, this one gets a hammer as well. The only difference between these two, from what I know, is literally just a jump pack, and they have a different type of weapon. But these kits are really nice to put together, really simple. With these ones, you have your legs separately, your arms separate. If I remember rightly, the guns are also separate. Yeah, the guns are separate and heads are just top panel separate, but it's quite a few little different parts, but it's a nice kit. And then obviously, we will now go to this chap. So this is one of the Bronkiers, so the engineer people, that go alongside this model. So scaling wise, they're pretty good. For dwarfs, they're really actually well done. We actually have a beastman by the side of me that I'm in the process of painting up, so we can see the scale between their dwarfs and a Games Workshop beastman. So as you can see, the scale's pretty good. Like, yeah, so the scale is pretty damn good. Obviously, I hadn't got head on because sub-assemblies and stuff. So there is that model. Now we will move on to this dude. So this is the Contemptor sort of one. So this is an Iron Ancient. Obviously, there are some more parts for me to tidy up on this. These have just been built, put together, sort of thing. I will come to details later. But as you can see, it's the model kit's really nice, really simple to go together. You just have your legs. So your legs are full one piece, your body's two pieces, and your arms obviously one piece. And there is other different variants to this one. I don't have any of those variants as far as I'm aware. But obviously there is that. And now the pièce de résistance sort of thing. We have this thing. So this is the tank. So this is one of the weapon options. Unfortunately, I do have the other weapon options by the side of me. So this is the battle tank version I built. So I haven't built the other version. So I have access to the tanks, this version. So obviously this is one of the weapons. And as you can see, it's a fairly decent size. We have a Predator as well by the side of me right here. So we can actually do a size comparison right now. As you can see, fairly decent sizing. If anything, they are basically the same size. For myself personally, I would prefer this tank because it's a lot easier to go together and it's a lot nicer, I find, as well. So there is that. So this is my Barbarous tank. It's been magmatized and stuff. So there's a bit of a price difference. These are £30. If I remember right, these are £37.50. If I've got that wrong, please just comment down, because I am aware prices have just gone up with Games Workshop. So yeah, this is a really nice one. I would prefer this model over a Predator / Rhino or any of the other tanks. The weapon itself, yes, it doesn't have sponsons, but you could easily mold them on very easily. So put the Predator to one side. So we now have our base tank. So as you can see, this is one of the sections. So I didn't have to drill the holes out for this. This still needs a bit of a tidy up. So this is one of the weapons. So what you're about to see is the other two. I have started doing some test schemes for them, for this army. Well, it's just a tank. So here are the other two variants. So you have like the sort of whatever you want to call this, a quad las, whatever. And obviously we have this big thing. I will be drilling a hole right down here because, yeah, so I'm playing around with some color schemes because the main army is not being painted yet. So these are spare turrets that I decided to do some practicing with. So all in all, you get 3 different turret variants. You also get 2 different body types because, as you saw on the box, there is a variant that doesn't have a turret at the top. It's just one smooth section. That is really good, and it doesn't actually have this section on it. So this part is optional. You can leave it off if you really choose to. I personally really like it on because of the aesthetics. So there is that, but we're not stopping there today, people. No, we have some more boxes. So there is that box. So that is the reserve force. Obviously, I'll go into more detail because there is a bit of an issue with these boxes at this current minute. I will obviously explain a bit later. So we are now going to grab the next box, and that is the actual starter box for this army. So obviously we're going to need to move our camera again, and we are going to need to turn our focusing off. So, as people can see, this is the starter fraction. So what we get here is 30 of our Steel Legions veterans. They are built in 2 different ways though. So we do get another one of these guys, but so if you remember in the previous box, we had these guys with the jump infantry. So this one, you just get the base section. So it's still really good. Obviously, we're still going to open it and go through it all. But obviously, we will get a weapons platform. I'm not sure if we get the upgrade kit. I'm pretty sure we don't in this box. So it's just the base frame upgrade for this one. So what we're going to do, obviously, as normal, we're going to do one side. Do the next side just underneath. And then we are just going to pour like that. So one thing as well I really like about these boxes, get some zoom in on this. I don't really need to. The artwork on the side of this box, they really go out, and like that's the tank just here. So obviously we are going to, oh, if I can actually do it. So this comes with quite a bit more stuff than a reserve force. So the reserve force is only a 20 box, 20 guys for one for the box. But obviously you do get a tank, you get a platform, you get a lot more of the bulkier stuff. As always, we have our mantic points. We get 4 from this box as well. So we are now going to go into this box. So we don't want our bases. Let's throw the bases up here. So as same before, they come in the exact same method. And there we go. So we have the bag. So yep. So all the spruces together, but this is the different part. So obviously, as well, we have our weapon platform. So yes, there is no upgrade kit for this. So we have a weapon platform and an Iron Ancestors. But this is what we want to look at now. This is a new model, essentially. So these are your veterans / Steel Legions. So these are not your basic troops, but these are your next ones up. So let's have a closer look. So as we can see, like so. Let's grab a sprue out because I'm not going to worry too much about the other sprues. So, as you can see, the parts are pretty good. The bodies obviously come in 2 different parts, front and back. The legs are in this bag, but we'll go through that in a little. So, as you've got your shoulder pads, parts here. We've got our heads, our arms. We have one of the hammers. For the leader, some of the bolt guns. So these guns, I actually really like. I think they're really cool. Compared to bolters, they're really nice. I was very surprised when I saw these because they did remind me of old school bolters from like Heresy and stuff, but they're just really nice. So yeah, the sprue is really good. The way it's laid out as well is pretty simple, but then moving on to this bag. So this bag will have your legs, as you can see. It will have some back sections for your special weapon teams. At the same time, it will have, where is it? Yep, so it'll have your special weapons. So there is like a rocket launcher in here, like a heavier version, essentially a heavy bolt gun. You will have like a plasma, a melter, sort of thing. But yeah, these are really cool. I'll input obviously all the names of the weaponries and the units down in the description. Unfortunately, I can't do much more than that, but that would all get explained in a little while. So we have that, and there is 30 of these guys. So that's quite a lot of dudes. So you get 30 guys here. You obviously get your turret and a contemptor sort of one. Then you get essentially like a bunch of dudes here. So you could run one as a character, and then you'll have your other ones spare. So that is that one. So what we're now going to do is we are just going to... It's a lot of plastic here, but we're nowhere near done, people, with this kit. We have one more box to go through. And as you can see, we are already overflowing with plastic right here. We are... So, we're going to throw that box up there. Okay, so obviously we're not going to empty this box. We're just going to leave it as it is. And we are going to leave these boxes to one side. So... Before we do that, I will show you a couple of the Minotaur people. Because obviously I had the boxes already. I previously bought the reserve and the starter. And these are what our veterans look like. Obviously, shoulder pads aren't on some of these. Because I'm not a huge fan of them, personally. I actually prefer them without. Yeah, these are, as you can see, there's markings. That is because I am currently making a custom codex for these guys for 40k. And we done some test games, so you might be able to see that custom codex in action at some point. So obviously, for the minute, as you can see, me messing about, I just blue tack these down. So yeah, the sculpts on these are really, really nice. Like, I was very surprised to see how much detail on these. So it's going to be interesting painting these up. Obviously, when it happens. So, the next one we're going to go through. This is going to be a bit of an awkward one. As you can see, it's not in the box. There is a perfectly good reason for that. So the reason that these guys are not in a box is basically because it didn't come to me in a box. And there is a reason for this. So, the reason behind this is because, obviously, we'll go over it actually in a little bit. So we'll just discuss what's in this. So, this one. It goes a bit more wackier. So we get another variant of that, like Contempted Dreadnought sort of thing I showed. So, obviously just start from the bottom. So as always, you get your magic points. They throw them in for me, like this standard. So let's grab these boxes. So you get 2 units, 2 more big units of these Dreadnought sort of ones. Let's move the camera down. Excuse the shake. So we get 2 more units, and then we have some more parts here. Now, I haven't gone through this stuff here. So, what do we get in this bag? So, I believe, if memory serves me right, this is probably going to be the Upgrade Kit. Yep, so this is the Upgrade Kit to make them the jump version. So, that one I was really confused about when it came, because this came in this bubble wrap, but the other one didn't. So I'm just expecting that because it didn't come in a box. So we get enough to make another jump unit, another basic unit. Right. So already off to a good start. So we're already at 12 miniatures here. So we want to put those just by the side of myself. Now we get another tank. So as you can see, already have one. We now have 3 tanks in this army. So I could run one of each gun variant very easily. I will probably maybe at some point might possibly do that. Not quite sure. See how it goes out. Or we might turn this into the other one. Because we have 3. And it would be good to have the other variant as well. So we could have maybe 2 turret ones. And 2 of the main troop ones. So there's another one like that. So we are now on more dudes. Right here. So, we have another 30 of the Legion models. So, these guys right here, the veterans, sort of being the heavy hitters of the squad. So, we have another 30 of these. So, we're up to a grand total of 60 already, excluding the ones I already have. So, we actually have 90 of these guys in our army now. That I think is a pretty good staple for veteran aspect. So, we're going to pop those to one side. Hopefully they will not fall everywhere. And then, what we are going to be, not only have 1, we don't just have 2, we have 3 weapon platform in this box. So I think that's really good, like, especially with this box, like, the fact we get 3 weapon platforms in it, very, very good. But this is now what we need to open. Because I'm curious to see if we get the upgrade kit in this. Even if we got 1, that's still pretty damn good. And we do get an upgrade kit, so we can make one of these into the variant that is just here. So we can make one of them into this variant. Now we might actually do it at some point, but we don't even need to glue them down. Obviously as well, this is a pewter version of basically the one we previously have here, because there is a reason for this one. So, the reason behind that is we get, let's move this into the box. So, we will grab the other miniatures out from here. So, we get 2 of these guys. We should have, there is one of them right there. And I cannot find my other one. There is the other one. So, the reason behind this is because, obviously, you can make the standard Iron Ancestor. But, we have also got this one. So, as you can see, the auto on the Iron Ancestor is a right side one. But we'll use this one as an example. Obviously, blue tack. This can turn into a double. So it means we get a little bit extra firepower. So that's really cool, the fact that we have that variant. We have the option to do that. So we have 2 more of those guys. We will probably turn them, if I'm being completely honest, into these ones. I am not quite sure yet. We'll figure it out when I get to that bridge. Put that back in the box. We will also pop this one back in. I will pop it into this little baggie here I have here that has ink all over it. So, next thing. Obviously, we get a little turret again. We get another one of these. That's 2 of these now. Really good. So, we'll put that to one side. Obviously, you can see how it looks. We got one of those previous in the other box. So that is that. Now we get a few more of these guys. So we get another 10 of these chaps. So we're now up to 20. 30 if I include the ones I already own. So this is the 45 mantic set. So here is the big thing. What we'll do is we'll just bring some of these models together so you guys can see this with the kits just on the desktop. Like so. Obviously the tank we can't put in. So, obviously, I did say there was a bit of an issue with these boxes. So, the reason behind that is the Mega Force, the Starter Source, and the Reserve Force for all of these miniatures for the whole of the Warpath franchise is no longer being produced. So, you might be thinking, Chef, but how am I going to get these miniatures in a set like this? Well, good news. You still will be able to. We're hoping. Obviously, if people know, I work with Mantic, with their Pathfinder team. So, I am aware that there is a brand spanking new edition of a game they do called Firefight. Obviously, Firefight will go into more detail as soon as I'm able to pick up a starter set for that. So, that is the reason why these boxes no longer... It's not just Forge Fathers, it's also the Veermen, it's the GCPS, the Enforcers, all of the fractions are having the same thing. Once their boxes are gone, they are gone. Simple as that. Because what the company is doing is they're making way for the brand new boxes we have suspicions for. Obviously, it's not confirmed yet, so take that with a grain of salt. But it makes no sense for them just to discontinue it and say, okay, we're not doing it again. Makes no sense. So, with that in mind, we're not sure when it gets dropped, but we are looking at around about possibly summertime. Possibly very sooner. I can't really inform anyone any more than that. From what I've been told, is I've told it's intimate, and there is no point doing anything with the first edition of Firefight. So you might be asking also, what's Firefight? That is similar to this, same models, but it is your standard game. Warpath is your Apocalypse version. So obviously you're going to get these bigger boxes, a bit more sort of oomph in there, sort of thing we'll call it. But obviously, if you want to get these, grab them while you can. Don't be too disheartened when you see them out of stock or not on the site anymore. I will put a link down to the website for this as well. But yeah, so on that note, obviously, final thoughts. I would prefer these ones. Obviously, tank, big win-win. Cheaper than a Predator, same size, very, very good. Also, these dudes, extremely good. They're really nice as well. They're pretty good for pricing as well. I can't obviously give you a 100% calculation of the prices, but I think they're around about £15. So they're not bad pricing. Obviously, we have our turret just here. The standard troops are really nice as well. And this model here, so the weapon platform, I actually believe is bigger than the one from GW. I think it's like double the size, possibly. I know it's a lot more bigger. There's a lot more detail in this one as well, especially like, we take the turret for an example. There is a lot more detail. So, with this model, there was nothing I want to mention about this. Be very careful. You may need to bend stuff into shape. Because I had to do it on a couple of pieces. Unfortunately, it didn't stay. Do apologise there, people. But yeah, so that's I really enjoyed that kit. The tank, obviously, absolutely love. Great value. I know you can buy 3 of those for £70, so you get a £10 discount. So you could make 1 of each gun variant if you really, really want to. But obviously this unboxing's gone on long enough now, but that's just because we've opened a starter set, a mega set, and a reserve set. So in total, we're looking at about 100 miniatures. We are. Just that alone, we're looking at about 100 miniatures. So when the boxes were out, the reserve force and the starter force are £70 each they were. The mega set was obviously a bit more pricier at 110, but you do get a lot more in those boxes. So, but obviously I babbled on too much about the kit. I will include the links in the description. Unfortunately, I can't link you direct to these kits because they are no longer on the site because of the new Firefight edition coming out. But we'll cover that in another video. But on that note, thank you for everyone joining in. If you did enjoy watching the unboxing, seeing the miniature sculpts, if there is anything else you want to see from the company, whether it's the alternate sort of units, or you want some more episodes covering this sort of stuff, or seeing other miniatures on here, just let us know in the description. In the comments. Not description, because only we can do that. But yeah, so just let us know in the comments. So yeah, we'll include all links and stuff to descriptions. I'll link, obviously, the faction to the main warpath part of the thing. I'll also link the Dead Zone as well, because that's the same models. You can use these models in Dead Zone and Firefight. And when Firefight comes out, we will link the Firefight section down. But on that note, thank you all for watching. I do apologise for being a bit of a lengthy one, but obviously we have unboxed 3 different boxes today. So yeah, on that note, I'll see everyone on the next episode on Ohana Hobby Workshop. Have a good evening all, and if you've got anything you want to say, any criticism or anything you want to say, just comment down or comment your thoughts on what you thought about the sculpts. It'd be good to hear from people. So yeah, on that note, we will see you on the next one with Ohana Hobby Workshop. And enjoy evening, day, where you are when you watch this. Catch you all later.